Team All Kinds of Muscle.
A super blower plus dual exhaust.
Yeah?
So, I love it. I had him cracking up. He said this might be the worst camera footage ever. He can't keep the camera straight.
I love it.
And the corsa.
Something,
I thought it was loud originally.
I think it's
That-
something, man.
That's
It is loud.
but it's a good loud though.
He was talking about he wants to put him on his. He has sport. Every time I drive a manual with extreme, only on the autos I don't like it as much.
Yeah, yeah.
But with the manual, because you're so in control of it, that when you want it to blip,
Then you downshift.
yeah.
Josh Parker, everybody. If you don't know,
Yes.
Josh Parker, Parker Performance.
Cause I just stay applying pressure in the streets like a piston. I'm whipping all kind of muscle, all kind of muscle. Pulling up next to my car, you in all kind of trouble. When that red light turn green, I'm burning all kind of rubber. See the fire from the muffler, see the fire from the muffler.
Fellas.
Yo, yo, yo.
How y'all doing?
It's DJ on.
It is me.
Man, I have not yet had the chance to meet you, brother. How you living, young man? And you know, this is one of those things where, as a company, we're learning things to do and or not do. One of my buddies who's a tech come and he hung out with us while we were enduring some of this shit, and he goes home and he sends me like link after link after link from Mustang 6G, where these dudes are like, these things are
at the
leaking.
fitness. Yeah.
I use ProFab Performance. They're
Okay.
like, they're someone who I look up to. They're a little bit, they can do fabrication and
Okay,
welding.
right.
So I use them all the time. I went up there and I'm like, look, this is a crimp hose, and this is an AM. Right. Like, have you ever seen either one of these leaks?
Exactly. What the heck is going
And
on?
literally, they've been in business.
Because they already
30
connected from the they sound connected.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Okay.
in the kit, when they send the instructions, they specifically want you to mount that regulator in the inboard portion of the driver's side fender. Not the front facing the bumper, not the back by the ABS,
Right
only
in that
this spot.
spot.
You have your sound tube going through there, you're a Whipple, so you have your purge valve
all
coming
type of
through
crap
here.
going on.
You have your oil that if you're going to service your oil, at some point you're
Exactly.
going to change your
You
oil.
have to be able to get down
It's
there.
all going to be, and
that
your
message
regulator is
in
going to,
there.
you're going to literally try to pull your oil dipstick out and bury it into the return line. The fitting for the feed line that would come up was like 6 inches short. And I'm like, but wait a minute, I'm not going to use the one that they gave me to feed the regulator from the fuel rail. Guess
Okay.
how long that is?
How long? What?
Roughly about 6 inches.
6 inches exact.
I'm like, okay, cool.
Right.
Let's go get a barrel and go female to female with a double male barrel and boom, money.
I'm about to make it rain.
Okay.
I'm like, all right, cool.
All right, cool. We
So
get
now,
somewhere. We
yeah.
get somewhere.
So I'm like, all right, dope.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and get the line made to replace the little 6-incher. So I go, I run up, I measure it. Now I route it, and I will show you, but I routed it behind the booster,
Okay.
so it was clean and out of the way and all
Okay.
that. So I go and I get it, but I had a fitting from them, and I had a fitting to buy, so I bought one and used theirs. The fitting from them, it leaked. I'm like, son of a, what was I thinking? I should have just bought two.
In the first place.
So I fixed it. I have it here. I throw the fitting away. I get a new fitting. I put the Red Horse fitting on. We go back. It's good.
Okay.
Now I'm down to the third line,
Right.
last and final line. Now nothing else is leaking. I put that one, and this is a crimp fitting. It is not like the others where it has that little AN thing. It's crimp,
Right.
and it's leaking at the crimp.
Oh no.
Leaking.
By this time, I'm literally like, I don't even know what to do for you. Because Bobby's like, how do I tell Jada? I'm like, just be honest with him.
Hey, just
tell
be-
him the fucking truth.
Just be
Hey, tell him-
honest with me, bro.
Just tell me. Just tell me.
Because ultimately, getting it to the finish line is what we desire. So let's take a look at
Yeah,
it. That
let's
way you
check it
kind
out.
of get an idea of what I'm talking about. This is meant to mount right here.
Okay. Right.
So you've already got power and ground and stuff coming here.
Sound tube,
You've got your
right,
sound
all
tube that
that.
comes through
Okay,
here.
yeah.
You've got your oil coming through
barely
here.
get
You've
to
got
the oil
purge
stick now.
valve
Exactly, right, exactly.
So I rotated it here, right? And in doing so, like I said, this is that 6-inch feed line that we
Okay.
were able to reuse that was
Okay.
supposed to go from here to here. So what I did is I went and got us a line and I ran it, and it's, you know, a little longer maybe than it has to be, but I didn't
Okay.
want it to interfere here. So I ran around
Right.
all the way back to here.
Josh, that look good, bro.
Their fitting that they provided us here that mounted to your fuel rail did not fit.
Don't fit.
We had to replace both of those.
But see, that's why I'm glad you bring it to the professionals. Because could you imagine how pissed off I would have been trying to
Oh,
do this
man.
and be like, man, why is stuff not working? Car would have been down for months trying to figure
Now
it
listen,
out.
here's the crazy part. That exact scenario is why I'm a business. I was not doing this as a business for business.
Right,
I own a real
exactly.
estate company.
Right.
I was doing it out of my home to help people like you
Right.
who said, yo, I bought this kit and it's f***ing me.
I can't take it anymore.
So literally, we started Park Performance by doing what we call mod parties. So I would have like a Saturday,
People
we
come
would
over.
have barbecue, and
that's
we would
cool.
cook out, and we would have 10, 12 people come, and let's say you and I last week did your fuel system.
Right.
Okay, and this week he's wanting to do his fuel system.
Right.
So this week, because you and I did it last week,
We all gonna come and we're gonna work on this car.
I introduced
Exactly.
Jamie on the body,
And
I
now
say,
you learn.
and now
The
you
next time.
and then
Let me help you, help me, help you, help me.
And you got a whole crew of everybody.
a
who
whole
knows how to
community
do
of people who are
everything.
helping one another.
Help me, help you.
I ran the return line first, and that's chassis bound. So I mounted the return line to the chassis.
Okay.
And then the feed line I mounted to the return line.
That's
Oh, the
exactly
pulley
what
install
it's
went like minutes.
I know, that was like the
The
first,
first
second
day.
day.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture.
Yeah.
Said the pulley was in there. We was good to
That
go.
was easy.
Lethal Performance LPX. It's an 800 horsepower clutch.
Yeah, it hooks.
It hooked.
It's just way up top.
Hey, but you know what's crazy? The factory clutch was right off the floor. When he put that clutch in, bro, that sucker was releasing way up here. It took me a while. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm used to it now, though.
Yeah.
But at first, I'm like, it's not right.
Well, so what happened for me is it must be a dual, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. But
So-
it's Kevlar.
I get in it, and we did the drive shaft,
Mhm.
right? And we did the, and so, but now we've been days after fixing up. So it's the first time I'm driving it post drive shaft. I fire it up and start wheeling it out, and I'm like, this motherfucker's got some NVH.
Hey,
I'm like,
for real.
So I'm thinking, I look at Derek, I'm like, we tightened them bolts, right? Like,
Says right.
and we did.
Right,
you know?
right. It's Kevlar and it shatters.
So it
bro.
probably gets better with more,
Yeah.
more heat and
With more heat.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then I got the white line transmission bushing in there too, and that sucker.
Maybe that's what was putting
That-
the
because
feeling,
you were
because I was
feeling
feeling it in my like in my
Yeah.
torso.
Yeah, my
I
boy
was-
told
I
me, he was like, hey, when you put it, he said, it's going to be aggressive. I put it in there, and I remember the first time I drove it, I'm like, hey, this going to take some getting used
Yeah, bro.
to.
Yeah.
First
You
time
feel
pulled out, me
everything.
and him were like,
Yeah, dude.
You feel all the
but
vibrations.
you definitely, that's great.
I'm used
when
to
you're
it now,
driving
though.
it.
Right,
Bro,
exactly.
driving it, you feel
It's ready.
you're a part of the car.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're one. Underneath your back seat, obviously, what I did is I ran the wiring so that your fuel hat still covers factory. The big rubber plug that's there.
Okay.
Still covers factory.
Okay.
I just went all the way around, as opposed to having the vacuum come over here and be in front of you and dangling here.
Right,
I
okay.
took the vacuum and I plumbed it around all the way around the back,
Yep.
and then came up underneath to the side here, just so that it's not visually like, oh, what.
Right. You
The
just
line
not
they
looking at
sent
it, right.
was like long enough to go from here to here.
And it'd have been hanging
But
right
it'd
over the
been
top.
like-
yeah. And
that's-
it'd have looked all tacky. And
Exactly right,
You did an
brother.
awesome job, brother. I love it.